Happy Monday. I hope everyone is okay. For those who don't know me, my name is Jo at Clean to Keep Sane, and I do Mental Health Mondays. Sorry, I've got a really itchy eye. Ugh. And I do a Mental Health Monday check-in every Monday, and now I'm doing mental health lives as well. Sorry for any background noise. I'm in my spare room, which has got my husband's 3D printer in it, and it's constantly going. So if there's any background noise and if it's a bit much, let me know, and then I'll move. There's nothing I can do about it really. So yes, we're doing a live with Dani today, and let me just add her in. It will cut out a little bit whilst it's doing its thing, so if I go quiet, that is why. Just adding her in now. Hopefully it's worked. Morning.
Oh, my camera's filthy. Hang on, let me just wipe my camera. All the grease from my hair.
Oh, I love it. Oh, my eye's really itchy today. Oh, I don't like it. How are you?
I'm good, hon. I just came back from the gym. I was like, right, what am I going to wear for my live? I'm got to pick out an outfit. So before I left for the gym, I was like, oh, and then I thought,
No.
please, girl, please, put a little bit of makeup on, a little bit of lipstick, pop the cap on. I'm not doing this. We're not doing
Ready
this.
to go. Ready to go. Normal
How are
life.
you?
I'm good. I'm doing good. I didn't sleep very well last night, so I'm a little bit like.
Yeah.
But
Hopefully a better one. My jacket. Oh, thank you.
That is a lush jacket. I love it.
I love this jacket. I got so many compliments this weekend.
Did you?
Sorry. Sammy asked where my mic is. My mic is always somewhere close.
You've
Wait,
got to have the extra mic. You have to do it.
I have to. Thank you so much for the reminder, Hannah. I thought it's not about me today, but clearly.
No, we love it. Get the mic.
Wait.
I feel like I need to get one.
You do?
I've got one of those little ones that like clip on,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. But the good thing is they clip onto here, and then you just buy the handle and all the other bits. So we're doing fakey mics today because obviously I'm not going to plug it in. Hi guys. Hi. Oh, I feel better already.
Right, I've got my pen. Now. I've got a pen.
Oh, I'm so grateful for you inviting me on to come and speak to you. And I was like, oh my God, it's a real serious event. But it is really something that is involved in everyone's everyday life. It's just whether we pay attention to it or not.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. It's one of those things that I think a lot of people have it, and a lot of people might not understand it and what they're feeling and why they're feeling. So my goal is to kind of expand that a little bit, and so people can say, oh, I'm feeling that way as well. I never realized it was this. And okay, maybe I should do that or look into this. So
and mental health just doesn't look the same on so many people. Because that was me. I was just like, I don't think I had postnatal, and I don't think this. And then when I look back, I'm like, maybe.
Wait a minute.
Maybe I did.
Yeah.
But I'm very good at masking. I've lived a life full of masking, which also makes sense with everything to do with ADHD as a child.
Yeah.
So yeah, what do you need me to show up as? Okay, cool. We're that.
We'll do it. Let's go. But yeah, everyone's different. Yeah. A friend of mine, she didn't realise she had anxiety until I was talking to her about how I felt. And I'm like, the things that you do, she's like, yeah. I'm like, that's anxiety. She went, is it? I was like, yeah. You can kind of see it. And she's like, I never knew. I thought that was just my quirk. I'm like, no, love. That's anxiety, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So I have questions. I don't know where this is going to go,
and I haven't received any questions, guys. So there's no prep here. No, I love it though. I love no prep. So yeah,
it's good just to kind of off the top of your head, no stress, no pressure of thinking, oh, I've got to think of this, got to think of that.
Yeah.
So what does mental health mean to you?
Ooh. Okay. So what does mental health mean to me? Do you know what it means to me currently now is very different. I think back in the day, mental health just meant you was crazy.
Yeah.
And them that loopy person, they're mental.
Yeah.
But mental health is, the word health gives it such a positive connotation. I don't know if that's the right word, but it gives it such a positive vibe because it's like you're trying to do something about it. You're trying to make your health, the health of your mind and your mindset healthy. So
Yeah.
there's nothing negative in it whatsoever, and it's about just creating a healthy space for yourself. That's what mental health means to me.
Yeah.
I've never really thought about it like that, but really, yeah.
And I love the fact you said it's not a bad thing. Everyone has mental health. It's everybody has it. It's whether you have good mental health or if you have bad mental health. So there's
Yeah.
it's not, and if you have bad mental health, it's not a bad thing at all.
Yes,
It's
at all.
just it's just, you go to the doctor if you've got an upset stomach or you've broken your arm.
Yeah.
Why don't you go though if your head's not in the right space? That I've never understood. But
Exactly. I'd say from when Caden was 18, no, sorry, he is 18. From when he was 2 is when I really started getting into my mindset. And that's what's helped with my mental health as well. That's when I started reading The Secret and just really understanding that. And I would say that that's really helped me in my mental health journey because I understand mindset a bit more. And it's everything I go into, it's all to do with mindset. And then I've been able to have those conversations with my
yeah,
children that were never had with me. My
yeah,
mum never had these conversations. No one around me, like it wasn't something we didn't speak about mindset and mental health because it was like mental health kind of thing. So
yeah.
yeah, it's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey, like learning those things about myself.
So do you know when you're kind of like on a dip when things are changing?
Yeah.
What is that for you?
I feel lost. I feel like I'm very spacey. So
Okay.
like I could come into my studio and just be like, and I kind of sometimes I just don't want to do anything. I feel like my body is like, I need to sit down, I need to relax. I don't always listen, and I'm learning to
Yeah.
listen, because even a little bit after lockdown, I got what are they called? A lump on my chest up here,
Okay.
and it was a process of going to the doctor, well, going to the hospital because the pain was so bad I couldn't even go to doctors. One more one was like, go hospital, that needs to be looked at. And that it was a Friday. They sent me home, and over the weekend I was in bed and I couldn't move. And I tell you, Joe, I thought I was dying. I've never
Yeah.
thought in my life that I was dying because I'm not a person that gets sick at all. And I was like, what is happening to me? Am I going to die? Am I going to get through this weekend? And the relief was on a Sunday. My children's dad bought me some Neuramol tablets. I swear
Okay.
by Neuramol now because Cocodamol didn't work. Nothing worked to get rid of this pain.
Okay.
Anyways, it works out that it was it's not a cyst. Oh, what are they called? I'll show you what it looks like now. That's what it looks like now. So this is the scar that I've been
Okay.
left with, but it was the size of a golf ball before they took it out. It
Oh
was
my
like all
gosh.
pus inside and everything. So I went on the Monday. They was like, "No, we have to see what this is." And I thought this was like a little bit after COVID as well. So I was like, "They're gonna keep me in. I'm gonna die now because they're gonna keep me, and I'm gonna catch something. They're just trying to kill me." But
Yeah.
when I really looked at what the cause of it, the cause of getting these cysts is stress. And it made sense. When I learned that it was stress, I was like, this is why you have to listen to your body. Your body will tell you every single time, slow down, slow down. And sometimes that is in the form of just you just being lazy or feeling
Yeah.
lazy or feeling like, I don't know, I don't want to do this. That's your body sometimes slowing you down. It's something you having an order to do or something that you need to do and the order not coming on time. Sometimes it's the universe slowing you down, like you're not supposed to do this week, so we're not going to send you what it is that you need. We're going to f shit up for you. So I had to slow down because I literally couldn't do anything after what, even once they took it out, I was in so much pain. I couldn't sew properly. I was like this. And I was like, listen, if you don't listen to your body when it tells you to slow down, it will slow you down.
100%.
It will
100%. And there's
slow
things
you
like
down.
a lot of things mentally. You might not think that a lot is going on, and you think, oh, okay, I'm just bumbling along. But for me, I get anxiety stomach. So I'll get a really bad kind of like pains, cramps, need to go to the toilet and stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness, am I getting poorly? And
Yeah.
then I worry that I'm getting poorly, and then it makes it worse. And I get migraines, I get headaches, I get really withdrawn. So there are things that I'm like, okay, now I know what's going on. But outwardly, you might not feel it inwardly, but outwardly, your body knows, and it will show up in all sorts of different ways,
Definitely.
and kind of just, and then you go, oh yeah, I get it now. And as soon as you've got it, everything settles down, and everything calms
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
It's
It
crazy
really
how
does.
it does it.
It really
I'm just
does.
reading some of the comments here. Trauma, which is undiagnosed, where your body doesn't process it. Yeah.
hmm And it could
Start
be
small.
that. Also, after the death of my dad, and it was around Christmas. It was the 19th of December, 2015.
Okay.
I didn't process that either. I didn't process it, and it was literally like, it felt like after I got this, everything was just coming out.
Yeah.
I was releasing everything. I was releasing anger. I was releasing sadness, even joy, because I cry when I'm emotionally excited as well.
Yeah.
So it was a lot. I was releasing a lot, and I think now that it's helped me process my dad's passing as well. That it's not like you don't accept it, but you're just like,
but you learn to
yeah,
live with it.
yeah, exactly. I don't know what.
Yeah, well, my dad died when I was just 2 weeks before my 4th birthday. So a lot of when I was a child, I had separation anxiety with my mum
Yeah,
because, 1 minute my dad was there, the next he was gone. I didn't really
yeah,
understand. And I don't remember my childhood because of the trauma of it. It's just blocked it all out. But even now, around his birthday or the anniversary that's coming up, everything just comes out again. I get really emotional.
yeah.
Even if I think it's been like 32 years this year, but even now, it still affects me when I think it won't. But it's
Yeah,
just physically, body, things just start happening.
yeah. Oh, baby.
And it's something that it'll always be there, but
Yeah,
time does get easier with
yeah.
it. Right.
It's so funny you say that. Well, I understand why you wouldn't remember your childhood, but I don't. There's so many things that I don't remember. Like I have friends that know when they were 3 and like things at 2 and stuff, and I'm like, don't remember anything really before 7. And so someone said you should go to therapy. I'm like, I'm not even gonna lie, I'm scared. I'm scared because I don't. What don't I remember? I don't know, and what you don't know doesn't hurt you, which sounds really wild. But I'm like, I remember getting bitten by a dog, and no one else remembers this. So I'm like, I think I dreamt a lot and made up stuff in my head. So yeah,
You have to be in that mind space where you're ready if you want to go, and you don't know what it's going to drag up, you don't know what it's going to feel and how long it's going
yeah,
to take to so you have to be in the right space for it.
yeah,
It wasn't until I was diagnosed with anxiety and depression and I went to like CBT counseling and all of that, and I catastrophize everything. So kind of like, one of the kids is ill, oh my gosh, like they're going to get poorly in the night, and then they're going to get a temperature and they're going to stop breathing and then this and that, and it spirals. But I learned that from the counselling, it's because I've lost a lot of people in my life. I've got no grandparents, my dad's passed away, aunts,
yeah,
uncles, family, friends, loads of people, because I'm always expecting the worst to
mm,
happen.
mm,
So and when they said that to me, I was like, that makes so much sense now.
yeah,
That's why I'm always like waiting for the worst to happen, because it has happened.
yeah,
It's a little bit like, oh. So next question: what would you say to somebody who is struggling with their mental health but doesn't necessarily want to go to the doctor or go somewhere? What would you say to them? Say, look, I think you need a little bit of help here.
yeah.
What can I do? Like, what do you want to do?
Um, this might sound wild, but sometimes, like, if someone's saying they don't want to go doctors, they don't want to talk to anyone, they don't want to get the support, I would advise them to try and meditate and journal. Like,
Yeah,
go within and quiet yourself down, because the worst thing you can do is go and talk to friends. Um, like, unless you have your core people and like a small amount of people, but you can't, if you, again, I know people that will tell 5 different people their problems. That's 5 different answers that you're getting, and not everyone is a pro enough to guide you on certain parts of your life. There are friends that I will talk to about relationships. There are friends that I will talk to about work. There are friends that I will talk to when I just want to cuss someone out. But not everyone. I'm not going to go to everyone for the same thing, because you just have to know where you can put yourself. But
yeah,
go within, find yourself, do some searching, and journal. Like, write it down, write it down. But eventually I'd be like, try and talk to someone professional, because as much as I feel like I'm a good listener, everything is, I'm giving you my perspective, and it's not a pro perspective, it's the perspective on what has happened to me in my life.
yeah.
And
Everyone's
it's the
experiences
perspective.
are different.
Everyone's experiences are different, whereas, and it's also my perspective on what I know of you as well. This is why
Yes.
friends can't always help you with your problems, because they're like, come on, you're better than that. And I'm like, shut your mouth, because I've been masking everything. You don't even know who I am deep down.
I
You
love
think
it.
you know, like they don't know.
That's
Not
a
everyone knows you.
That's a really good point, because I always say, oh, if you've got a support system, if you've got people that you can talk to. But actually, that is a really good point, because you're going to get so many different opinions and advice. And at the end of the day, it's down to you whether you take the advice or not. But then your head's going to get more muddled, because you'll get someone saying, go outside. You get someone else, do more exercise. You get someone else to do this, do that. And then you think, well, what do I do? What's the right
Yeah,
one to do?
yeah. And saying that exercise, that would probably be one of, go to the gym, is so good for your mental health. But that's what works for me. That works for me as someone who is vain and I just want to look good. But if that's not your thing, you might be like, it makes me feel strong, but everyone's gym experience is different as well. So yes,
If
someone else can
someone
listen.
If someone told me to go to the gym, I mean, look at this. Do I look like someone that goes and exercises? Like, that's not going to help me. That's going to make
Yeah.
me worse.
In
All
it.
my chins.
Yeah, and then next person will say, "Oh, you need a holiday." Yeah, baby, I need money as well.
Yeah, I need to
Like,
get the
come on,
money to go on holiday.
right? So yeah,
Right.
definitely, it is. It does always circle back to get the real help. Go to the doctors, get professional help. But if you can't get that, or before you're ready to go there, definitely meditate on it, man.
Yeah, a lot of people. So naturally, you getting to nature,
Mm,
live, journaling has really helped. Sammy, write it down, burn it. That's a good idea. Write it down
mm,
and then burn
yeah,
it. Going to the park and scream. I like that. I scream into pillows. Not everyone is equipped to deal with your stuff.
yeah,
Nature, crystals. Try balancing hormones. They honestly can contribute to a lot of negative emotions if they're unbalanced.
yeah.
Sit with yourself. To feel these things, pushing them down will make it worse and become bigger.
Mm.
Get fresh
Be
air.
kind, guys.
A lot of Sammy, yeah, take your shoes off and walk on the grass. I've seen a lot of people kind of say, like, earth yourself. Go outside barefoot and earth yourself every day if you can. I mean, the weather's not great to do that now, unfortunately, but
Yeah, but
earth
definitely.
yourself.
Yeah, sometimes at the studio, me and one of the guys that work here, we'll just be outside with our shoes off, and people are like, everyone looks at us like we're crazy, but I'm just like, it doesn't matter. Who
It
cares?
doesn't matter. You do you. If it works for you, crack on.
Yeah,
Doesn't matter what other people
exactly.
think.
I walked to the shops, the corner shops by by the studio, and I'm like, we got quite a few nitties around here as well. So they're like, the people are probably looking like, are they part of the nitties? I don't care, in it. Like, I don't care what anyone thinks. That is another thing for your mental health. Stop caring.
100%. 100%. So what do you do then to set boundaries for yourself? If some people, I'm a people pleaser. I need to be needed. So one of my things is I need to make sure that I say no and take a step back and protect myself and protect my boundaries. So what kind of things do you do?
Um, I'm getting better. I was very much a people pleaser, and lockdown helped me so much.
Okay.
Shed a lot of that, because I was like, I felt free during
Yeah.
lockdown. I felt like I don't have to be anywhere that anyone wants me to be, because I can't
No.
go anywhere. And so coming out of that, it was just really working on just having the strength and kind of being honest. And it's been, what are we, 4 years since lockdown?
Yeah.
It's been literally 4 years, and every month I might be like, or every year I get something happens that reminds me that you still got work to do on yourself. I've still allowed people to cross my boundaries, and I never blame anyone else. I'm the first one to blame myself, because it's like, you allowed them. Remember that.
Yeah.
Every people will do what it is in their mind, in their hearts, or in their bodies, or in their mind to do. Everyone wants what they want, and not everyone is out to use you. But if you allow people to do what they want in your space, you're gonna feel
Yeah.
used, because they got what they want and you didn't. But that was because you didn't express yourself. So I'm just learning to be, look, I'm all getting fidgety now, because this is like a whole nervous thing for me. But I'm just learning to be honest. And what has helped is understanding that ADHD plays a role in certain of my mannerisms and certain things that I do. It's allowing me to say that this is because of this, and this is how I work with my business. Because I thought the way I worked in my business, I was just lazy and I procrastinated a lot. But it was like the whole thing with, if I have an order to do for someone, and if they say, oh, Dan, I know you're busy. Do it when you get time. Babes, I'm never going to have time.
No,
I'm
it
never
won't
going
get
to have
done.
time to do something that doesn't have a date on it. So now I reiterate to them, give me a date. Even if
Yeah.
it's in 2 days, I would, because I'll probably do it with 2 days to spare.
Well, yeah.
But as long as you know what the date is and you give me the date, your thing's going to get done. But some people will give me something, be like, do it in your time, and then call me and be like, can I come and pick up today? And I'm like,
Sorry,
and now
what?
I'm stressing. I'm
Yeah.
like stressing because I'm like, oh my God, I didn't do it. I'm a bad person. But it's like, no, you're not. Just, that's my boundaries, is give me a date. Just give me a date. If you don't have a date, it's not going to
Manage the expectations. Tell me what you want from me and when you want it,
yeah.
and it'll be done. But if you get like that free kind of, oh, just, you know, whenever, some point next week.
It's gonna be the lastminute.com, because that's how I work, and I've always been like that. It's like the best work. When I used to make dolls, the dolls that I made when I was like, I got to finish this today,
Yeah.
knowing that I had a month to make this doll, she was the best. And all her features were the best. Her outfit was the best. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna make this. I'm like Edward Scissorhands. So I could go into this mode. Like,
Just
it's just gotta
constantly
get done,
going.
and it's the best. It works out because I can't think about it too much. But the more I think, the worse. The worse it is.
The worse it gets. So
Did I answer the question? I feel like I
yeah.
went on a tangent.
No, tangents are the best. We love tangents. I love it. It's my favourite
Tangent
thing.
train. So yeah.
So you're naturally, I love being in your presence because you're naturally just like a bubbly person and just extra.
Yeah.
Like, I love it. Like, and I was talking to my mum about it this morning. I was like, oh, I've got this live later with Dani. Like, she's an incredible woman. She's just
Oh.
amazing. She always like feel like you lift everybody up. But does that take a toll on you at the end of the day if you've been busy, like at the show, the Clean and Tidy show? Obviously, you're on stage for the whole weekend and you've got to be this person and bring everything to it. But do you find that you crash afterwards?
I can do, but I'm better at not crashing. I think sometimes the crashing comes from, oh, thank you, by the way, that was really nice what you said. But the crashing sometimes comes from, I don't know where I have crashed before. Last year I felt like I crashed after the show, but it was also the first time I'd done such a big thing, and I think that's where the ADHD really came out, and it was so much of my senses were on fire at one time, whereas I was able to regulate it a lot better this year. But
Yeah.
I get joy from giving other people joy, so that's why it doesn't feel like I'm just doing. I'm like giving, and then as soon as the cameras are off, or as soon as no one's looking, I'm like, oh, can't stand all these people. I actually get joy from doing the most. I get joy from just being hyper and being extra. That's what brings me joy. So yeah, like once I've left the whole scene and whatever, I'm like, man, that was amazing. I was so cool, and I done this, and I made this person feel like this, and da-da-da-da, and everyone was happy, and everyone was smiling, and it was just a vibe. Like if I make people laugh, or I make them smile, or I make them feel good, my job is done. I feel fulfilled. So that's
Well,
why I continue just doing this, because it's like I need a dose of dopamine. I'm gonna go do something crazy right now. So
well, just from my point of view, you do all of those things. Whenever I'm around you, or even just seeing the stories or watching you, I'm like, yes, like I love it. Like it's kind of like I get some of the enthusiasm through the screen, and then I'm like, okay, let's do this. It's ready to go. We got this. I love it. I
Oh,
love
thank you,
it.
my darling.
So, have you got any goals for the coming year, kind of where you want to be this time next year, mental health, physical health, anything really? What are your goals for the coming year?
So my goals, like physically and mentally, for the coming year, I just want to. I definitely do want to get counselling. I definitely feel like there is a blockage on. I don't even know where it is. I do. Let me get the words. Let me articulate it.
Take some
There is a
time.
blockage. Thank you. There's a blockage on my productivity, and there is something that slows me down. And this is so funny. I remember years ago, before lockdown, and I always felt like I was there was a fear of being successful. And I don't know, I
I
was like,
get
who fears success? But I was like, I would do something and it would be going really well. And I'd be like, I can't do this anymore. Like I won't be able to keep up with the orders, and I won't be able to do this. Like again, when I was doing the dolls, when I was getting too many orders, it's like I had to slow down. I was like, I can't do it anymore. And I've never been good at asking for help. I've never known how to have a team and have people that work with me or for me. I've never been good. And even when I've had helpers before, I've had assistants, I feel like I've just ballsed it up because I'm like, oh, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to give you. Oh, I'll just do it myself. It's so frustrating. But whereas now I'm learning to work with people and allow the help. That's what it is. And sorry, I feel like I've spoken so much about lockdown. The Clean and Tidy Home show, I had 3 of my friends come down, and they all had served me.
Yeah.
They all helped me with something. One was doing social media, and this wasn't a conversation we had. They came and they was like, I'm going to do this for you. Because they'd be like, Dan, what do you need help with? And I'm like, oh, no, just sit down. You're fine. Right, I'm going to do social media. I'm going to make sure what you need for your next part is sorted. I'm going to go get you some food. And I felt so supported. I'm feeling emotional now.
It's all right. Take your time. It's good. We love, let it out. If you need to let it out, let it out.
I felt so supported. And I was like, I knew I needed this, but I would never have been able to ask for that. Yeah. If any of them were saying that they're coming, what can they do? I'd have been like, just come and enjoy it. You know, you can go around to the stalls, you can do this. No, I need your help. And I need to learn to tell people I need your help. And I don't know if I might come off this call and someone else might be like, Dan, what do you need help? I'll be like, oh, I'm fine.
I'm fine, it's okay.
It's okay, but I need help. And I'm learning to get better at that. And that's what, going into next year, I want to get better at accepting when it's offered to me and not turn it down. That I'm getting better with. If someone asks me, I'm better at saying, yeah, actually, you can do this. But also just asking, because if anyone asks me for anything, if I can do it, I'm going to do it. And I know that there are people that want to do that for me as well. So don't assume that they can't. Like, no is, what did Narinda say this last week? No is next opportunity. If someone can't do it, find someone else that can do it. So,
yeah, no, I love it. It's great when people ask, how can I help? How can I help? Sometimes you don't know what it is that you need. You're like, oh, well, you know, it's all right. It's in my head. I know what I was doing. And you need people to go, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
I mean, a friend of mine came down to the show and surprised me on the Sunday. And I didn't know that I needed it. And I thought, oh, it'd be nice if, someone came round, but it's cool, whatever. And then her daughter came and tapped me on the shoulder. And I was like, oh my God, like, I needed it. I needed it. I didn't know I needed it until it happened.
Yeah. So now we know for next year, well, this is what I need. So when they're like, do you need me to come? I'll be like, yeah, I need you to come. It'd be nice if you surprise me as well, because that makes me feel good.
And then I kind of like,
I need it. It makes me feel good. Makes me feel loved. But yeah, it's important. Learning to say what you want. But that's my mental goals. Physical, I'm a gym bae now, babe.
I've seen it. You are looking chef's kiss, beautiful. I love it.
Thanks. I'm looking to turn 43 and just have the body of a 20-year-old. I don't know. I just want to feel good. I just want to look good. I want to feel good. I do carnival as well, so my clothes are off most of the summer, in skimpy little outfits. So
you look
confident.
Amazing.
Thank you.
In those carnival outfits, just watching you can see though your confidence is shining through. The way that you're standing, the way that you're moving, and how you're presenting yourself, you can tell you're comfortable and that you're happy with it. So keep doing it, because
thank you.
I wish I could look like that. That's incredible.
And that confidence, that wasn't something I've always had. That's come from, again, the last few years of just being in my, just loving myself. That self-love is a real thing, because when I was 20, could never do that. And I was also in a relationship with someone who was like, you can't do that. So when that relationship ended, I was like,
I can do that.
I can do what the hell I want. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And I just started living, just doing the things, like just doing whatever I wanted. Scares me. I like the thought of getting into a relationship now is just like, what if someone tells me again and I'm not strong enough to be in control of myself? So I'm like, stay single until you know that no one can tell you anything. Stay single.
Do you reckon, because you're saying in the last kind of couple of years, people that friends and stuff, they say that when they hit 40, everything kind of just clicks and you're like, I can do it. I don't care. Like, I know who I am. I'm comfortable and confident. Let's do this. Like, something clicks in the brain.
40, I think, well, 40 is really, you know when they say like middle age is about 50, I heard like 40 is really middle age, because 80 is like, you know, not many people kind of even live past 80. I don't know what the metrics are or the specifics, but so 40 is middle age. So I feel like there's definitely something in getting to 40 and saying, give it a break, man. Like, I don't care. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
It helps having a daughter, because I've been through what my daughter's gonna go through, what she's already been through at the age of 11, what she's gonna go through. You know, she's in secondary school now, and I have like, my son's 18. It's like, I don't know what it's like for 8-year-old boys, but I'm like, he's very confident, and I want to say that I've played a part in that, because I've allowed them both to just be who they are. Like, you know, I was dictated to on the type of person that I was going to be, and I spoke about this last week on my podcast. Like, kids have an authentic mechanism of the type of kid they are, whether they're shy or they're quiet, or they're loud and they're high-powered, which was my son, and I allowed him to be that. So there was sometimes I was like, hey, just
chill,
just a minute, just give me a moment, like, or I'm gonna take myself in another room, babes, bash off all the walls, because that's what makes you happy. And Callie, she's a singer. She loves singing. She's always humming a song. I'll be getting her to do something. She's like, and whereas with me, I was making too much noise. I was like, stop, you're making too much noise. Stop reciting all the adverts on the TV. And bless my mum, she didn't know any better. So I'm not even dissing her about it or anything. I was enough. I was both my kids in one.
It was a different time back then as well.
Different time. So
things like ADHD or anxiety or depression, it was like you were deemed as the naughty child, and you were shoved to the side and told to be quiet.
Yeah.
Whereas now it's a very different time. So it's not parents' fault.
Not
that was the generational thing. But now you know what you were like as a kid. So when it comes to your kids, you're just like, crack on.
Go on, be who you want to be. I don't know who that is, but today's one thing and tomorrow's another. And again, when my son used to do track, and then when he was in year 8, he changed and started doing basketball. And I thought, don't tell him he can't do it, because one year I'm making dolls, another year I'm the master upcycler, another year I'm doing presenting on stage. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So do what you want. Wherever it's going to take you, it's going to take you.
I love it. I love it. So do you have any final words of wisdom or advice, or something to leave us with just on a Monday morning?
Well, definitely everyone needs to make sure they keep tuning into mental health Mondays, because this has been such a beautiful conversation. It's a whole conversation that I never knew that I needed, but now I know I need it. I'm a tune in every week. But if I could, if we were going to go away just with one thing to drop to help with our mental health, is caring what other people think. And especially like a lot of people that are on this app as well, and even watching now and gonna watch, they're people that are on social media. If you have a business, or whether it's your business brand or your personal brand, you want to change the way you do your brand, you want to do funny skit videos online, you want to make a fool out of yourself, make that fool out of yourself, because you're not a fool. I make a fool out of myself every day. If you join me if you guys follow me, you know that it's a joke. It's jokes where we are. Create that for yourself. Don't care what anyone thinks, because that is what's going to hold you back from being your best self, is caring what people think.
I love it. That is the best thing to end this on. I love it, Dani. You are incredible.
Oh, Jo, thank you so much for having me, baby.
Well, thank you for saying yes. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you, hon. So,
Brilliant.
Oh, that was quick, because I only half an hour as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in
so much. This will be on the grid later. I'll add you on as a collaborator. And also I've after thank you for your help. I know on Spotify as well, so they'll go on Spotify later as well. So there's so many different channels that you can hear our beautiful voices.
Love it. Thank you, baby. And I'll be listening in next week as well.
Can't wait. Thank you.
Bye
everyone. Have a good day. Love you. Thank you.
Love you.